Hello everyone, you're very welcome back to another video. My name is Amy, I'm a musician, I play guitar and I sing, and I make videos that consist mostly of cover songs, guitar content, vlogs, and I also just really enjoy talking about music and music related things. And sometimes I do like to make videos about Ireland, being Irish, cultural things about where I'm from. I mentioned in a recent video that I would like to start doing this a little bit more, making more videos talking about Ireland and Irish stuff, since as well as music, I really do enjoy talking about this stuff. And these types of videos take a little bit less time for me to make, so this way I can post a little bit more frequently and try my best to keep the channel a little bit more living and breathing while I work on more time-consuming music stuff in the background. Today is going to be a fun one. I am really excited about this video. I have compiled a list of 7 fun facts about Ireland that you may or may not know. So let me know in the comments below, did you know all of these facts already? Or did you learn something new? Let me know in the comments after you've watched all the way through. Before we get into the facts, just a quick reminder to make sure you are subscribed if you're watching this video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. We are fast approaching 10,000 subscribers, and this is a goal that I've been wanting to hit for a while now. We are so close now. Please help me get there. Hit the subscribe button. Okay, now that you're subscribed, here we go. Number 1, did you know that Ireland is the only country in the whole world that has a musical instrument as a national symbol? Since the shamrock is so heavily associated with Ireland due to St. Patrick and the global celebration of St. Patrick's Day, a lot of people think that the shamrock is the national emblem of Ireland. But actually, it is the harp, as can be seen proudly displayed on Ireland's most beloved alcoholic beverage, a pint of Guinness. I feel like this really makes sense because Ireland is known as the land of writers, poets, art, music, and this could not be more true. I know so many talented people out of Ireland, and by the way, I don't include myself in that. I just know so many talented people that don't get the recognition they deserve. Just go look up smaller independent Irish artists and I promise you, you will probably find some of your new favorite music to listen to. And obviously, being a musician, this little fact might be my favorite one. Number 2, did you know that Ireland has its own language? Now, the fact that I even had to say that out loud scares me a little bit.
Well, Cardia.
Jesus, is she having a stroke?
She is an Irish speaker, James.
Oh, why can't everyone just speak English?
A lot of you watching are probably like, why is this on the list? Yeah, duh. Of course, Amy, we already knew that. Why are you including this? As a person who was born, grew up in Ireland, I learned Irish all through school. And I assumed that the rest of the world knew about the Irish language, but I've seen a lot of people online, specifically in comment sections, not realizing that Irish is a thing. I know, I was shocked too.
Imperialist prick.
I found myself scrolling one day a few months back and I came across a video of Conan O'Brien doing a small little speaking role in the Irish speaking TV show Ross na Rún.
Oh, George.
Which?
Get the dog chin.
Huh? Balloons.
Get toe edge.
Harriet.
Come in the skill?
Quiga euro.
Did a fair deal.
How could I make a COD? Cash on delivery.
Near Suckery Tade Lumsa. So, PMT. Pog Mahone.
Shocking de verb.
And you know what? So many people would be quick to knock him over that and just call it cringy, but I actually think fair play to him. I think that that's really cool. But a quick glance at the comments actually terrified me. And not just here, I've seen it in many other places too. Now maybe I'll give these people the benefit of the doubt. And maybe it's not that they haven't heard of the Irish language, it's just that they've never heard it being spoken, so they don't actually know what it sounds like. If you weren't aware, Irish is actually getting a resurgence in the last few years thanks to social media. One of the few things that social media has been good for. Instagram Instagram accounts like Irish with Molly and so many more are encouraging people to learn Irish or relearn Irish. And I just love the fact that today there are little online communities embracing the language again. I'm also included in this. I have been relearning Irish for the last couple of years. I've already made a video about it, so check it out here if you haven't already, and I will link it in the description as well. I think short form content is a great way to learn cúpla focal got law. It doesn't take up too much of time. Hello, babe. It doesn't take up too much time in the day and down. And cheers. And it helps keep the language alive, which is important, I think. And it's important that people know that Ireland has its own language. And it is called Irish, by the way, not Gaelic. Gaelic is our football. Irish people refer to the language as Irish. Number 3, did you know that Ireland was the first country in the world to introduce a smoking ban in all indoor public spaces? Yeah, in the whole world. Look it up, I'm not talking shite. Back in 2004, Ireland introduced a nationwide ban on smoking, specifically in workplaces, bars and restaurants. Smoking had previously been outlawed in the late 80s in some public buildings such as libraries, banks, airplanes, hospitals. Did people really used to smoke in hospitals? On this day, March 29th, 2004, ashtrays were removed from all offices, pubs and restaurants. Look at us, tiny little island, paving the way for public health. I actually have a memory of this, which is crazy. When I was growing up, we used to go to France on holidays in the summertime. And in the summer of 2004, I would have been 11 turning 12. I actually remember us going into a restaurant that was full of smoke so bad that we had to leave. And I remember my mum and dad saying, "See now? That doesn't happen at home anymore." Number 4, did you know that Halloween has its origins in Ireland? Ireland pretty much invented Halloween, and as I've come to learn, is a really big deal in the States, so you're welcome. I have previously made a video about this a few years back with my husband Ashton in our Irish vs American series. I will link that below. That was such a fun video. I would recommend checking it out if you would like to. What even is this, by the way?
You look goofy.
Like, what is this meant to be?
Trilogy fans from OG will recognize it.
Oh, you're cute.
No,
Yeah,
you're pretty.
Cute. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, honey.
Oh my god, move over, Vincent Price.
Okay.
Or not. Halloween comes from the old Celtic pagan festival of Samhain, commonly mispronounced in TV shows as Samhain.
If I'm right, this witch is summoning a demon, and not just any demon. Samhain.
Yeah, remember that Irish language thing we talked about a little earlier in the video? It's an Irish word, so that's why we don't say it like it's in English. The word Samhain is the Irish translation for November. A lot of things that we associate with celebrating Halloween today actually originate from Samhain. Ghosts, carving pumpkins, wearing costumes, all have its roots in Samhain. It marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the dark winter season. The crops died, the trees left bare, a time of year that would be heavily associated with death. On the night of October 31st, it was believed that the veil separating the physical world and the spiritual world was at its thinnest, and it was much easier for spirits to pass back through to the physical world. So people used to wear costumes to disguise themselves or hide from these spirits. I think it's just so interesting that nowadays we ask people, what are you dressing up as for Halloween? And that originated here. Also, people used to carve scary faces into turnips and leave them at their windows to scare away any spirits that might be passing by. The people who emigrated from Ireland to the US took the tradition of carving the turnips with them, and in the US, where there weren't as many turnips, but pumpkins were much more common and they're actually easier to carve, much easier to carve. So we can thank the Irish Americans for bringing that tradition and making pumpkin carving a thing. Number 5, did you know that there are no predatory animals in Ireland? One of my favorite things to do in my free time is go for walks. He didn't hear me. Okay, I gotta be careful with the W word. Now, I don't like Wing in the heat. I don't like walking in the heat. That's the one thing that takes the joy out of it for me. I do live in a city right now, so nature walks are a little harder to come by. But when I go home to Ireland, I do that a lot. Go for long walks with the family. Any kind of nature trail through fields or forests, over rivers and waterfalls. That is my idea of heaven. I cannot even begin to express how much happiness and joy and peace that brings me, especially up here. It's a great way for me personally to just find some peace, calm, and reset my brain. In fact, recently I went to the Santa Barbara Botanical Gardens on a little birthday trip, and it was exactly what I wanted. A beautiful walk in the redwood trees, watching my dog soak it all up. It was just heaven. Now, this wasn't an issue for the botanical gardens, but one detail that does tend to slip my mind every now and then, and probably the main reason why I don't tend to wander out into the wilderness, is that unlike Ireland, the US does have predatory animals. Of course, depending on where in the US, this varies, but you know, there's bears, snakes, scorpions, mountain lions, bobcats, coyotes, sharks. When I was putting this video together, I just did a quick Google search just to make sure, are there dangerous animals in Ireland? And the top AI overview search result said a seagull. Hey, if you're walking on the beach with a bag of chips, they can be pretty vicious. Other than like spiders, jellyfish, there is kind of just the usual stuff. We do have badgers, foxes, otters, and stoats. I mean, yeah, all the usual stuff. Too many to list right now, all of the animals in the country. But you know, other than zoos and wildlife sanctuaries, no snakes, thank you St. Patrick. No bears anymore, no wild cats, other than my sisters. There did used to be wolves though. Grey wolves were native to Ireland at one point and are actually heavily present in Irish mythology. In fact, the word wolf translated into Irish is mac Tíre, which directly translates to English as son of the land. So wolves clearly have a significant meaning. Grey wolves went extinct in Ireland due to hunting and habitat loss. The numbers were reduced down to just one last wolf, and that wolf was killed in 1786. So since then, Ireland has had no apex predators except for humans. Number 6. Now, we all know that Ireland is a very old country. It's full of history, and it is not uncommon to stumble across some ruins or an old castle. But did you know that Ireland has a prehistoric monument that is older than Stonehenge and the pyramids of Egypt? What I'm talking about is called Newgrange. Newgrange is an ancient burial tomb that was built around 5,200 years ago, which means it was built in the Neolithic period. Located in County Meath, about a 40-minute car ride north of Dublin, Newgrange is a tomb consisting of chambers and passageways built from stone. The skills and the technology that they had back then were just insane. Newgrange has no metal inside it. It's all made from stone since it was built before humans were even using metal. Newgrange is most famously associated with the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year and the longest night, which, as we know, occurs around December 21st every year. At sunrise on the winter solstice, an amazing thing happens at Newgrange. As the sun rises, its light hits a very specific opening that then allows the chambers and passageways to illuminate, and the inside of Newgrange is lit up by the sun for about 17 minutes. I've never seen it myself in person, but every Irish kid learned about this going to school. Newgrange is amazing because not only is the building of the structure itself impressive, considering how old it is, but the people who built it clearly had a genius understanding of astronomy and the alignment of the earth and the sun, and where to position the spot and the passageways, all done without modern technology. There is a video on YouTube that shows what happens live on the morning of the winter solstice at Newgrange. It was live streamed in 2020 when everybody was at home. It's on the Office of Public Works YouTube channel, so I will link it in the description for anyone that is curious about this and wants to see what happens. And finally, we have made it to number 7, the final fact of this video. Now, I've saved the most random and unsuspecting yet endearing fact to the very end. If you didn't know this fact already, you are not expecting what I'm about to say. Every year at Dublin Airport, a priest comes in to bless the planes. I know. It's so cute. My fucking heart can't cope. And not only that, but it's done on Christmas Day when the airport is closed. This has been done every single year since 1947, and the very first aircraft to be blessed was of course an Aer Lingus one. The blessing is to bless the hands that made the plane and a hope that all who travel in the airplanes travel safely. In fact, this was in the news recently because in January of this year there were new aviation safety protocols introduced. So it was actually feared that 2024 would be the year that they stopped doing it. From what I've read, it looks like that the airport's chaplain, Father Des Doyle, would also have to go through extra screening and security measures. Dublin Airport's website explains it. New aviation security protocols introduced in January 2024 suggested that the tradition might have to end. These restrict airside access to airport operations other than in exceptional circumstances. Due to the breadth of his role at the airport, Father Doyle has undergone the same Garda vetting processes as Dublin Airport Authority employees who require airside access. This enables him to be airside to counsel passengers and employees as well as perform other activities, including the traditional blessing of the planes. Individuals without airside clearance will not be able to be facilitated on a temporary pass for similar events, but will be supported to hold landside events. So don't panic, the 77-year tradition will continue. Good man, Father Doyle. Fair feckin' play to ya. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you watched it all the way through, I really do appreciate it. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video, subscribe if you haven't already, like we talked about earlier. 10k, I'm almost there. Also make sure you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss when I post a new video. It might be something like this where I talk about Ireland or talk about something music related, or it might be a cover song or a guitar short or a live stream. I go live every week as well, in case you didn't know. Make sure you hit the bell so that you don't miss out. Click the card up here to check out a recent cover song I did. I did an acoustic version of What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. And I actually filmed it during my last trip home, so it was recorded live in County Mayo. There are also some links in the description if you would like to support me further. I have a Patreon, I have a YouTube membership community. I also have a merch store with lots of music and Irish inspired designs. I also have linked below the two artists that designed my merch, Charlotte Mercer in the UK and my sister Laurie at Poppy and Peep Co. So check them out as well, two very talented artists and I love them both. If you do decide to become a member or a Patreon supporter, you have access to a monthly private live stream that we do. You also get your name in the credits of all my videos as a thank you for supporting the content, and you also get behind the scenes content and little vlogs as well. Anyone who is on the silver tier, which is the middle tier, you also get to watch my videos early. You get early access to new videos, so you get to watch them before they premiere. And anyone on the gold tier, which is the top tier, has access to downloadable MP3 files to all of my cover songs that I've done and any ones in the future as well, and also original songs will be on there when they are available. I've also added a new perk to the gold tier that you will get your name in the credits to any future music releases such as singles or EPs. Anyone who supports at the gold tier, you will get your name in the credits of any upcoming projects just as an extra thank you. So any music that I release on Spotify or Apple Music or anything like that in the future, you'll get your name there. Thank you for the support. So if you'd like to join or buy merch, everything is linked in the description below. I really do appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much again for watching this video all the way through. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye!